Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to continue our comprehensive course on Adobe Premiere Pro. Now we have seen what is sequences and what is timeline in our previous episode. Now in this episode we are going to spend more about timeline. We have seen in-depth sequences in the previous episode, but in this episode we are going to focus more about timeline. When we create a sequence, that sequence itself creates a timeline for us, right? Sequence, if you double click the sequence, a timeline will open, and in this timeline panel you can able to see your sequence inserted. Now we're going to learn about timeline because we spend most of the time here at the timeline. We spend most of the time and most of the work, right, has been done in this timeline only. We will add photos, we will add media like videos, photos, music, and we'll do editing. So understanding this timeline is very essential for one to become successful video editor. So I am going to dive in this timeline now. So before that, please ensure you have enlarged this timeline like this, like me, to get better understand. Now I am going to import media for this comprehensive episode 3. So let me import the video files here. So I am clicking on the episode 3 and I'm trying to import a few video files. So I have this pre-wedding sample videos. So I am importing these videos. So my videos has been imported now. So now I'm going to create a sequence from these videos. And we have seen how to create sequences in the earlier lecture. But as of now, I'm going to import this video directly by selecting this video and dragging into the timeline. Now my source monitor and program monitor is very less, so I am enlarging them for our convenience. Okay, fine. Now we have added one video here, and I am going to add one more video in the same timeline. So I am going to add this clip, some random clip I selected. I am dragging into the timeline. So like this, we can add our video, and I will see you. Currently, it is added in V1 and the below audios, right? Audios have been added in A1. So A1. So we can move this video to upper layer also like this. We can move. Even audio also we can move to different layers like this. Now if I keep the second audio on top of which is in V3 on top of V1, then we'll see. So up to this time we got this video. After that the below video has been covered or overwritten by the above video, right? So this is the way you can add multiple videos into your workspace or timeline. Now I'm adding this video here in the V1, and the next video I'm going to add on top of this video. So in this way you can add multiple videos along with their audios also into the timeline. This is the one of the way of adding videos into timeline, and I'm going to show other ways also. Here in our project panel, if you see, we are in list view, detail view. So I want to display this as an icon view. For that, I'm going to click on this icon view button, and I need to navigate to my folders. Okay, so we are in episode 3, and these are the clips. I'm enlarging a bit for better. How I added earlier, I just clicked one video clip and dragged it to timeline, and we can do multi drag also. For example, we want to add these 3 videos, we can select these 3 videos at a time and add to timeline like this. Now these 2 videos added in the timeline, right? This is another way. By selecting multiple files we can drag into our timeline. Otherwise you can use this one by one selecting, right? That is also one of the way. So you can select one video and drag, and after that you can select another video and drag into the timeline. That is also another way. Okay, now we will see what is the use of this source monitor precisely. So I'm unlocking the source monitor now. We'll see how to use this most effectively. Okay. Now in this source monitor, if you observe, we have so many options available here. So in this, we know this is just to play, and this is moving one frame backward, and this one to make one frame forward. We also know this is go in shift and this is go out shift. That means it will go at the start and this will go at the end. No need to navigate, no need to take the handlebar or playhead and scrub until last. You can directly click these buttons. Go in, go out. Okay. And also we have this mark in and mark out. You select a particular part in your video. For example, you want to select from this part. So this is the starting of the video. So I'm doing a marking. The shortcut is I here, and after some time I want to cut here. So I will do this mark out. So only this part we want to import into our timeline. Then we can select like this by using this mark-in and mark out options. Okay. Now we will try to import or drag this thing to timeline. So I'm going to some bit forward in time, and here I'm going to import this part only. So since I added mark-in and mark out and I selected the video and drag to the timeline, I will get both video and audio for that particular marker and mark-out, right? But what if you want only video, not audio? For that, we know one thing, that is you can select this video and audio and do a Control L or right click unlink, right? Unlink, so that both will be separated and you can delete the audio. That is one of the way. But I'm reverting back. I will show you another way which is much more easier than that. So here in the source panel, you have these two options: drag video only, drag audio only. So the use of these options, from the mark in to mark out, you want only video, not audio, then you can select this option and drag to the timeline. So if you see now, the same clip has been added in the timeline, but the audio is not added. Similarly, if you want to add audio here, you just select the audio, drag into the timeline, and see the audio also added now. So this is very good feature. You can make use of it. Now we will look at our videos itself. So I have this video on the timeline. So first I will try to drag this video into the timeline. Okay. I want to add this video in timeline. First thing I am doing, I am adding this video on top of my previous video. So what happened here? The video has overwritten the first one. So this is the first one, and up to this the video is there. Once I added the other video, it has overwritten in the V1 channel. Okay, I will do other thing now. I am undoing, I will do other thing. So I will take the video and I will keep on top of V1, that is V2. So inside V2 channel I have added my video now. Even though we have added this thing, what happened? V1 video has been hidden below the V2 video, right? Up to this part we have our video. After that the second video started to come into picture. So that is the second approach. And otherwise we can do one thing. Now you want up to this, you want this clip, and in between you want this clip to complete, and after that the remaining clip in the below one you want to play. So at that time what you will do, usually you will take your razor tool. So I will explain it in the later section, but I'm just showing. Just cut it and select this bit to the end like this, right? And just make an adjustment like this. And if you see now, the first clip has been played now, and after that the second clip. Once the second clip completes, we'll continue in the first clip. So this is like manually doing this kind of work. But what if you want to do it by using some easy way, right? You want to do it in a easier way. Now I will show you how to do that. So first take any video. For example, I'm taking this video, entire part, right? Now I'm going through this video. After this time, after going this time, I want to add one more video here. For example, this close up here, and I want to overwrite up to few seconds, right? So now I'm going to source monitor. I'm going to take few a part in this video. For example, from here to here, I'm taking this small part. I'm going to add in the here. So instead of dragging it, what I'm doing is I'm going to use this efficient feature for us. So here you have this features. Now we have insert feature. So what does it mean? What is insert? So if I click insert, this clip has been inserted in between the older one and the newer one inserted from the place where my handlebar is there. I will show you again. So I'm doing undo. So my handlebar is here, and if I click this insert option, it is inserted in between these two clips. So it is not overwritten. The whole clip is already there, but I have inserted new clip here, right? Similarly, you have another option called overwrite option. We'll see what how it will work. So after some point of time, I don't want to continue the second clip. I want to overwrite the second clip up to some extent with, yeah, I will select this by clip. Okay, I'm selecting this one. In this, I am taking some up to this part. I'm selecting marking and mark out. Now I want to overwrite. So around this part, I'm going to overwrite in this file itself. So how can I do? So here we have overwrite option. If I click overwrite from this handlebar till how much time the clip is there, that much part it will be overwrite on the below one. So we'll see now. I'm clicking this overwrite and can able to see I have my clip, and until this part it has been overwritten. It's not pushed the previous video to back, but it's overwritten the previous video. So that is the that is the difference between insert and overwrite. Now why if I click on overwrite, why it is placing in this v1 only, right? Why it is not placing in v2? So if I even if I select here, for example, I clicked on this v2, and if I click on overwrite again, but v1 only overwritten, the video has been overwritten. Why it is happening? Because of this selection. So this selection is called source tracking. So when you enable this selection, what will happen if you are doing this kind of inserts and overwrites? At that time, it will be placed in V1 and A1 only. So here we have given priority to V1 and A1. So that's why those are overwriting. Now we'll take a look at by changing these things. So I'm changing the V1 as V2, right? I'm selecting the source tracking, the primary one as the V2 video track, and also the same for the A2 video track has been added as the primary tracking. Now I will try to insert. So now you will get better understanding between insert and overwrite. So if I click insert now, look what happened. The new clip added in the V2 channel, right? And why? Because we have marked it as a primary source. So this is called source tracking. Now if you see here, after some time I have added my video, and the other video has been cut and pushed back to some place, right? The second video is not at all removed or overwritten. It's just pushed until this part comes completes. So that is the use case of insert. Now we'll take a look at overwrite. The same video. Now we are going to overwrite here now. In this handlebar, if you observe, since we have make V2 as primary source tracking. We'll see what happens when I click overwrite. Yes, if you see now the same clip added now, but from this to this part, the video has been overwritten, right? Which is hidden under the V1 channel, but V2 channel has been placed on top of it. So before insert has pushed a little bit further, but override didn't push anything. It's just kept the below video as it is, and the new video has been placed on the top of the below video. So yeah, earlier I told, right, this is source tracking. Sorry, that is not source tracking, that is source patching. Okay, so what happens if I click on V2 as primary source patch and A2 as primary source patch for audio, then if I click overwrite or insert, the values has been placed in the second V2 channel only because that is the primary here. Okay, now we'll see what if happen if we move this source patching to V3 and source patching to A3, but instead of A3 we'll do one thing, we'll keep it in A2 itself and we'll try to add more clips now. So I'm trying to add more clips. Okay, so I'm dragged here and I have this clip also I'm adding here. So I'm not cutting any parts here, I'm just added both the clips. Now we'll see what happens if we try to insert. So we know we have two ways of insert, right? One is insert and one is overwrite. We'll try now. We'll take this again and we'll try to insert this part into on top of this video. Since we have selected V1 as the source, V3 as the source patching and A2 as the source audio patching, we'll see. So insert. If you see, the video has been inserted in V3 tag since it is the source patching, and audio inserted in A2 tag because we mentioned A2 as in primary source patching. So that's the beauty. And we can do overwrite similarly. So we have this overwrite and you can overwrite the below video and after that you can continue it. So this is the use of this wow insert and overwrite. I know I'm spending more time here, but you get more deeper understanding. I am putting efforts here. If you think it is wasting your time, you can skip this part. Okay, thank you. Okay, now we have understood about source patching. So at a time you can select only one source patch. For example, you can select V1 and A1, but you can't select multiple source patchings, right? Only one option here, like a choice. So that's about source patching, and we have uh, this option called this is target tracking, which will be useful during the copy and pastes. And after that, we'll see how to select multiple videos here in the timeline. So we have these many videos. So how can I select all the videos at a time? You can do you can click on the timeline and control A. You can do like this, or you do one thing, you just slide to minutes and you will get all the frames shrunken like this. You can use your cursor or mouse and drag like this. At the end you can select everything, right? This is a cool option to select every video file in your timeline. Now the cool thing about this source, this target tracking is, for example, we have these many clips added in the timeline. Now you want to go one by one, right? One by one starting. Then how can you do? Right, you have upper and down arrow buttons in your keyboard. Now if I click the down arrow, it is going the next video which is in V2, right? Since the source, the target tracking is at V2, it now stopped at V2 level. And if again I click down arrow, it is going at the end of V1, right? Since V1 is highlighted here. Now again I'm clicking down arrow, it's gone to end of V2 and also beginning of V1. Again I click on down arrow, it went to beginning of V2 track. Again I click, It's go to end of v1 v2, and again here we have v1 track, right? Like this we can navigate to each and every video in the all the tracks, since we have selected here all the tracking options. Now you don't want to go to all the track videos, so v3 v2 and a2 a3 have some supplementary videos, but you need to go through only v1 a1 only. Now I have turned off. Now we'll see how it will behave. Since to moving forward we used down arrow, to move backward we'll try to use up arrow, right? Now it's tracking only v1. If you observe, it only track v1. So here v1 is ended and a1 ended, so that's why the cursor is here, but it didn't stop here. Look, I'm going forward. Look, it stopped here, and yeah. So now it's only tracking the v1 only, not v2. Okay. And if you want to track v2 also, you can select v2. But now it won't stop here because this is in v3. We'll see now. I'm clicking on down arrow. Look, it didn't stop here. It directly went at the ending of v1. Well, if I only select v3 only, okay, v3 and a3, we'll see what happens. I click on down arrow. No, it stopped here. And again I clicked, it stopped v3. And if I click again down arrow, it won't going anywhere because we don't have any clips on v3 now. Everything is there in v2. So like this you can use this track targeting. So usually select everything so that it will be easier for you. You can use up arrow, down arrow to navigate through your timeline easily instead of scrubbing through your handlebar or playhead. Now we have seen different ways of adding clips into our timeline. Now we'll explore another option. This is the most efficient option, I would say, if you want to become a professional video editor and you want to automate your video editing skills. This is the perfect trick you can use to get most out of this course, right? You to get most productivity in the Premiere Pro. So you know what are the videos you are going to sequentially add in your timeline, right? So here I have opened these things in icon view. So this is an pre-wedding shoot. I'm going to add only few clips from the videos. So first I'm taking this video. I have already did a mark in mark out, and the second video I'm going to add another mark in mark out. Just I'm taking random parts, right? So I did a mark in and mark out here, and so I'm selecting this video. I'm making a mark in and mark out here, and this video we are doing some marking and mark out here, and this video mark in mark out, and yeah, these are enough. So total 6 videos we have added. Now select everything, right? All the 6. So using control and select all the 6 videos. Now you have selected all the 6 videos, and also you have selected in individual clips, you have selected which parts you need. Now how to import these videos in an efficient way, I will show you. So here in the below you have option called automate to sequence. This is a very good option. If I click here, it will open this dialog. In this you have some ordering. So selection order, whether you want selection or sorted order. So if it is sorted order, based on name it will sort. And selection order, based on how you selected, the clips will be added in the timeline. So I am keeping the selection order. Placement, whether sequentially or another options are there, but usually it will come sequentially. And keep clip overlay, which frames we need keep clip overlay, and we can apply default transition for audio and video also. Here we have ignore options also. You can ignore your audio and videos also, but as of now you will see the magic now. If I click OK, boom. If you see, I'm expanding a little bit more for more understanding, and I am enlarging the timeline. If you see, that option has inserted clips, right, the way we selected. And if I try to play, it added this default transmissions for my clips, and which was very easy for me to edit this video, right? edited at source itself. In the source, I selected small parts, and for each and every video I want to insert, and I added default transmissions in the project panel by using this automate sequence option, and boom, your videos has been inserted into the timeline and effects has been already added. Default effects, you want to change these effects, you can change, but most of the times this will work. Yeah, that's it guys, regarding the timeline and how to add your clips and do some editing, right? Not editing, we have explored timeline and how to import those videos in more efficient ways. So in the next video we'll see some editing tools and we'll explore them. Okay, now we will have a look at what are the available editing tools in the Adobe Premiere Pro. So I'm going to expand this windows. Okay, so this is the toolbar, right? We have n number of tools available here. Now we are going to look at each and every tool which are needed, right? The each and each which tools are most needed, we will have a look at it. Now before that, I'm going to delete all the videos I imported. Simply I'm going to select everything, Control A and delete. So I deleted, so I have this empty sequence. Now we'll try to explore these tools. Okay, so I'm going to insert one video now. Okay, so my video inserted in the timeline. Now we'll try to understand different tools here in the toolbar. The first one is selection tool. The shortcut is V in the keyboard. Okay, so what is the use of selection tool? You can select your clip and drag, move forward and backward, upward, downward, even audio also. That is the use of selection tool. And also when you select the selection tool, you will get an option. If you go to the edge of a video, you will get this symbol. So as it looks like this, right? So for example, you are going to your video and you want to cut until here. So you go to starting of your video and select here by clicking mouse, and you can do one thing, you can drag until the handlebar or playhead. Now the clip has been trimmed to that part. Ending also you want to trim until here, you can select at the end so that you will get this symbol, so that you can drag until the playhead, so that the video has been trimmed like this. So this is the one way of using selection tool. So you select and drag and you just trim your video. And you have another way, cut your video. So I'm doing an undo now. So for undo, you click on Control Z. Okay, now we'll look at razor tool, which is very important tool, right? How to use a razor tool. So if you are using a razor tool, if you see here, if you are going through this video and you want to start from here, right? So stop your playhead here and use your razor tool on top of your playhead and click. So it marked these two things as two new videos. Now select your selection tool and try to make them abort, right? You did that. Now again you go forward in the video, and here you want to end your video. So again you have to select the selection razor tool to cut it. For that you have an option called C. C is the shortcut for razor. Otherwise click here. So in the playhead, just click here so that the last part also trimmed or separated from the part. So you got your part what you want, and remaining parts you just select and click on delete button to remove. So likewise you can cut your parts. Again I want to cut this into off, so I am using the razor tool now, and I can use selection tool to separate them. Now here in these options, if you see, we have linked selection, insert and override sequences as nests or individual clips enabled, right? We can disable these things also. So link selection means when you are inserting a video, for example, if I inserting a video, both has been linked at the insert itself. But if we disabled here, right? So that's why we are unable to link both these things. So we can move like this, right? So there is no link between audio and video. So ideal thing is just keep the link one. But if in your use case you don't want to link both video and audio, you can turn off there. So I am just turning off these two things. Now we will look at this snap in timeline option. So what is snap in timeline? So now I'm enabled this. So we'll see. So I have these two parts. You want to connect these two parts, right? So just select this one and try to add your video at the end of the video. So here you are getting this snapping effect, right? If you are attaching your clip to the first part, you are getting that snapping effect, so that your clip, first clip and second clip has added perfectly. But what if you don't want the snapping effect, so you want to override this video? At that time you just turn it off and just try to hover over like this. Now you are not getting that snapping option, so the snap option, so that you can override until the part you want. So that is the use of this snap in timeline, so which will be very useful, which won't allow us to overwrite until if you want. Okay, now there was a space between these two clips. So to remove the space, you can do one thing. You just select your video and drag until your next video. Because of that snap in timeline option enabled, we just added at the last without overriding the before video. But we can have another option like you are editing like this. So you have added multiple clips, one, two, three, and you did some editing. You deleted in between some videos. So how can you make them to attach one each other? So we can manually select this space and click on delete, so that you can uh, attach all these clips. Since these are very few lesser gaps, only three clips, right? You have only I'm selecting first one and making some gap, second one. So only three clips. You just use this delete button and you selected space and click on delete button. Your work is done. What if you have n number of files? So for example, here, and you have n number of files. You can't do manually, right? So for that, you can do one thing is first select everything. So click on some empty space, Control A, and after that go to sequence. Inside sequence, you will have an option called close gap. If you click close gap, what happened now? The gap between these clips has been closed. Now you do a Control A and move your video to the starting. So this will be very useful feature while doing editing your clips. If you have multiple clips and you have multiple gaps, you can select all the clips at a time and go to sequence, click on close gap options to remove those gaps in your videos. Now we have seen the measure tools, right? The selection tool and the razor tool is the most widely used tools in the editing. But we have another tools also. We will have a look at it. For that, I am taking this clip and moving it forward. Okay, I'm taking this clip and moving it forward. Now we are going to add new tool on this clip. So I'm going to enlarge it by clicking here. So I have this tool. So I'm going to enlarge it. Okay, this is my video. Now we're going to use this ripple edit tool in shortcut B. Now what is the use of this ripple edit? So when I go to the end, right? When I go to the end, so I keep my playhead here, and when I go to the end of start of the video and I want to cut until this part, then what happened now? So the cursor is in the same place and the video has been trimmed and moved forward to the cursor towards the handlebar or playhead. So if you didn't observe that change, I will use selection tool first, and after that you will get good understanding. Now my cursor is here and I am trying to trim until this part. If you see here, there was a space between the playhead and the video. Now we'll see what is the use of ripple edit. I am clicking B to change to ripple edit. So now it is in yellow color. Now I am going forward to trim it until this part. Now if you see, the video has been trimmed and moved towards the handlebar. So if you want to edit here, for example, here you want to edit, I'm selecting selection tool. I'm dragging this video near to this video. So now if we want to edit this video, and don't want to move forward, right? At that time, you select the repeal edit and just drag so that the video won't make any spaces for us, right? This will be a very good feature, I would say, repeal edit. And we have this tool called slip tool. We'll explain this tool by taking new video. For example, I have this video. I'm dragging and placing here, and my slip tool is in place now. Now, if I click on this video and if I move forward and backward, right, there is two screens displayed in the program monitor. The first one is the starting of the video. The second one is the ending of the video. So by using this slip tool, we can trim starting and ending of a video. So you can specify the beginning and ending at the same time. So if I moving towards now my start time has been decreased to 21 seconds, 21 seconds, and my end time is 21 second 12 seconds. So like that we can do an slip slip edit, right? Which will be useful sometimes. Now I am minimizing it like this, and I'm selecting my selection tool and dragging my video like this. Now I have another videos. I'm just dragging on top of this video, another video on top of this, another video on top of this. So we have these many videos. Now you're going to a timeline. You have these many videos, and you want to cut everything, every video here. Then how can you do that? So if even one video, you can just select and click on C. You use the razor tool. But what if you want to cut everything, right? So at that time you can use shift button. Shift plus razor tool will make this tool to cut everything in the timeline. If you see it, this parts has been cut. So that is the razor tool will get the double the power, right? Double, triple. How many tracks you have, that much power it will get. And if you click shift, if you hold shift and use razor tool, it will be more powerful when compared to normal razor tool, right? So that is the use of razor tool. Now we have another tool called track selection tool. So what is the use of track selection? So if I select here, it is showing this double arrow mark. So in this space, after these things in this space, if I click, it selected everything from where I have clicked. And I'm going to forward, I'm trying to select. So it selected everything, right? So it's a simple way of control A. But what if you want to select from this gap only? Then you place your track select tool here and just click. So if you want to select only one track, then click on shift button. Okay, if you click on shift button, it will show only one track. So I can select this track or this track from where I clicked. So if I go forward and click here, right, it selected this track. Every value which is in V2 has been selected with audios also, right? So that is the use of the track selection tool by pressing with the shift. And the shortcut for this track selection tool is A. And if you want to select from the backwards, right, you have this, if you hold over here and you can select the backward selection tool. So this is also track selection, but you can select from the backward, and for that you have to click shift plus A. So shift plus A makes it backward. Shift enables it to select only one track. And if you want to move to the normal tool, you just click A. It will move. It will become the forward track selection tool. So this track selection tool also is very useful when you want to delete a particular piece of uh, edits, right? Videos. So and you can use the selection tool and drag everything like this, but even you can use control A to select everything, but this track selection tool will be useful to select multiple tracks without any confusion. Now I am trying to give some bonus tip regarding the synchronization of audio. For that, we will open a video clip which has audio in it. Now I will select this video and dragging it here and making timeline a little bit enlarge. Okay, this is the total video, and I want to add my audio to this video, so I just select my good audio here and I added this audio also here. Okay, now we'll look into it how to remove this bad audio. So to remove this bad audio, the first option is you just select the audio and video. Since these two are linked, you right click and click on unlink, and both will be unlinked, and this audio you can make it as mute so that it won't be audible for us. Otherwise, another option, otherwise you just remove this, delete this audio by right clicking unlink and select the audio instead of muting, right? You just click on the audio and uh, cut, or you just use the delete button, so it got deleted, right? And just move your good video to near audio, good audio to your video. And sometimes what will happen, there will be synchronization issues, so I'm keeping my bad video audio also for your reference. So for example, I have placed my audio like this, and I don't want to move synchronize manually. I want to synchronize by Premiere Pro itself. For that, just select three video and the good audio and right click. You have this option called synchronize, and here ensure you have selected audio and click OK. And based on these waves, right, the bad audio and good audio, it will compare the waves and it's added the new audio here. So like this, you can synchronize your videos and audios. It will be very useful. So now I'm going to delete the bad audio and I'm just dragging the new audio on top. Okay, that's it guys about this video. We have seen what is the efficient use of timeline and also how to use different editing tools available in the toolbar, and also how to synchronize the audio. So if you like my videos, please do like, share and subscribe, and follow me for other episodes of this comprehensive section. And if I want to improve anything, please let me know in the comment section. And thank you for watching my videos. Bye.